Hello YouTube and welcome back into another Dare to Game video. Today we're playing Kingdom Come Deliverance and we're bringing you another armor guide, this one being the Wallachian build. This one was requested and the composition of this suit was suggested by Darius Mantho on YouTube. So thanks a lot, Darius. I think it's a cool looking suit. I didn't really make any tweaks to it, I just added a few parts that he wasn't specific about. And let's take a look at it. So, well, before we go into that, Wallachia, and when we're doing this, I'm kind of picturing, well, I mean, obviously people from Wallachia, but, you know, Vlad the Impaler sort of stuff going on, you know? So, I think it's a fun one, and he said in his comment that it's one of his favorite role-play suits, and I think if you're role-playing as the underdog defending your kingdom from vastly superior forces, this is a good suit of armor, so let's check it out with weapons. So for weapons, he was pretty specific. He likes the better piercing arrows with the sinew bow, which makes sense because it's one of the deadliest ranged combos in the game. Then the boost shield, or the boreback shield. I thought the boost shield looked cooler with this suit, so that's the one I went with. And then the stinger. He said any short sword, but he likes to rock with the stinger, and I have to agree. If I use a short sword, I always use the stinger. And then, of course, a dagger, because no suit of armor is ever complete without a dagger. So that's weapons. Let's move on to clothing. So for clothing, we have the dark padded coif, the Hungarian gamson, which I gotta say is very unique looking, and I don't think I've ever wore it in the game. I had one in my chest because I must have killed a bandit that was wearing it, but I've never once wore it. Quiet dark shoes, which are my go-to shoes, and apparently his as well, and they make sense because they're very sneaky and they look nice, so there's that. Silver neck chain and a silver ring because everyone needs a little bit of bling with their outfit. Silver spurs because I'm assuming this guy's going to be riding a horse. And tight black hose. He wasn't specific about the hose, but I figured it kind of went with the theme, so we went with the tight black hose. Keep your conspicuousness and your visibility and your noise real low. So that's what we went with that. Let's do mail. Alright, and so for mail, he started off with the Hungarian hauberk, and there are actually two varieties of Hungarian hauberk, one with the thing around his waist and one without it. I figured it looked a little bit cooler to go with this one. It's a little bit more unique, and you know, I just like how it looks. It doesn't really have any, the stats are exactly the same, so it didn't make a difference, but I figured I'd go with this one. Then he said the mail chausses, which again, makes perfect sense. Only option in the game if you want really good leg protection. And then the noble's mail coif, which is the best mail coif in the game. So that's what we have for mail. Let's put all the armor on and see what this suit really looks like. Okay, so that's the suit all put together. So we have the heavy lamellar armor, the Saxon composite chausses, and there are three varieties of Saxon composite chausses, and his comment on the video that had all the armor parts called out didn't say which one of the three. Basically, the only difference is, I mean, they're all different colors, but stat-wise, the difference is this one is slightly less visible, I want to say. The other one are 50, bring it up to 57, the suit total. This one keeps it at 55. But the other two had added one more point of charisma to the thing. So basically, this one's the least flashy one, and given the suit as a whole, I figured this one made the most sense. So I went with the dark green version of the Saxon composite chausses. Then we have the lamellar pauldrons, a obvious choice to go with the lamellar. The cumin shishank, or the shishak, and here he is very specific, not the ornate version. Got to use the regular version, and I have to agree. And then the riveted gloves. So that is the suit in its entirety. Looks pretty dang nice, I think. It has a lot of cumin vibes to it, obviously, because, you know, it's heavily inspired by that. But the weapons and the legs offset it enough that it's not just a cumin suit of armor. I think it does fit pretty well if you're trying to picture someone who is Wallachian in this. So now let's just take a couple pictures. I took some screenshots for high res from front, side, and back. So here's the front. Like I said, it's a decent looking suit of armor, especially if you're going for that roleplay aspect. Here's the side, and here's the back. Alright, and stat-wise for this, we have a total weight of 88.4 pounds, so pretty heavy considering, you know, you wouldn't think it would be, but the lamellar and the mail, of course, for this is most of that weight, because lamellar is very heavy. Then for total value, so how much this would cost, or how much it's worth, I should say, we have 10,784.5 groschen, so about half the price of most full suits of plate armor. So even though it's a little bit heavier and the armor rating, as you'll see, isn't quite as good, it's much cheaper than, you know, your suits of knightly plate armor would be. And then lastly, we have the AAR, or average armor rating, of 79.75. making this a pretty good mid-tier suit of armor. It's not a gangbusters, top of the line, gonna stop everything suit of armor, but it's going to give you enough protection that as long as you're not taking on enemies 3-1 or worse odds than that, you should be able to hold your own. So let's just check out what this suit looks like in combat. Alright, and we're approaching here, and so I'm gonna try to fully utilize this this suit of armor. Let's see how do we crouch. There we go. It's been a while since I played the game, so I had almost forgotten. So we're going to start off with using the range to take out the guards. That way we can be nice and sneaky. There's our second guard. Ooh, usually they're... Oh, here we go. I'm going to leave him alone.
What cunt took my dog?
Well now, look what's come crawling out from under some rock.
Alright, now we're into it. We took out the guards.
Bring it on!
Hey! All of you, gather here! Raise the alarm!
There we go.
Alarm!
Oops. Misjudged the gap a little bit on that one. There we go. Where's our... Whoa, there we go. Yeah, didn't expect that Master Strike, did ya? Oh boy, now we gotta catch him. Ah, sword's not quite long enough. There we go.
Christ.
Yeah, for Wallachia. Alright, I think we took everyone out. Let's take one more look at this awesome suit of armor. So there we have it again. We're all dirty and bloody and bashed up. Actually, not that bad, but a little bit. You can see a little bit of dirt there. That's what it looks like. It performs pretty well in battle. You can take a couple hits before you really start to notice anything. It's decently sneaky. Like, it's obviously not what I would call a stealth suit of armor, but visibility, conspicuousness, and noise are all... Well, the noise is really high. And that's what you'll get from your mail and your lamellar. That's going to make a lot of noise. But your conspicuousness and your visibility are not that high. It's not too bad for a full suit of armor. So, that's the Wallachian build. Again, that was requested by Darius Mantho. So, thanks a lot for that request, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching another Dare to Game video. If you liked this video, please leave a like and a comment. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you like my content and would like to support this channel, consider becoming a member today for as little as $1.99 a month. It makes a huge difference. But in any case, thanks for watching and have a nice day. I'll see you next time.